あいうえお菓子したかきくけこんなにもさしすせソフトクリームゴゾロップで一個は
I'm a weak viewer. I like happy endings, I get attached easily to fictional characters, and if I know a story has tragic elements in it, I will probably put off watching it in favor of other more cheerful tales. So why is it that both Fate Zero and Psycho-Pass are among my favorite anime? I'm not particularly informed about anime production and the creators behind it, but as many other anime fans, I know the name of the writer Urobuchi Gen. You may know him for the aforementioned Fate Zero and Psycho-Pass and also for Madoka Magica. Many times I have seen him being accused of favoring ideas and plot in place of characters, and all the stories I have seen from him have a powerful ideological element in them. However, in my particular case, that approach has the opposite effect. What I love the most about his work is how human every character is. To me, a human is nothing but moving flesh defined by its ideals and feelings. So seeing a writer represent humanity in its purest form, with characters whose existence and personality is guided by their strong conviction, is pure joy for me. Tsunemori Akane is probably my favorite female anime character to date, and I would follow Iskander to the end of the world. It's true that it's not hard for me to care about a character, but Urobuchi Gen has consistently created fictional people that make me feel so strongly that it reaches the point of being embarrassing. So I come back to the question, why do I love this story so much if they're some of the saddest, most brutal takes on human behavior? The story of Psycho-Pass may not have a sad ending per se, but Makishima's fate is ultimately the tragedy of a man born into a world with no place for him, and the setting of Psycho-Pass is a tribute to both human greatness and humanity's failure at embracing itself. On the other hand, Fate Zero may be surrounded by noble ideals and epic heroes, but it's also a clear portrait of humankind's unavoidable downfall and its inability to shoulder its own desires. Both stories end up being a clash of strong personalities, beliefs, and ideas, and something that I find truly engaging is how relatable the villains are. While it's usual for anime to have antagonists who are victims of their own circumstances, or have a sad backstory that tries to justify their actions, nothing is more attractive to me than a villain that is entirely aware of their incompatibility with the world at large, and yet has clearly defined principles that make them who they are. Having a villain who is willingly and consciously defined by their identity is, in my opinion, the first step to creating a tragic narrative that's optimistic about the beauty humanity is capable of. When all the parties involved in a conflict are true to themselves and aware of who they are, willingly putting everything on the line for the sake of being true to their core, any outcome is genuine. Gen Urobuchi's characters may not be entirely realistic in their absolute devotion to their beliefs, or in how extreme they are, but I think there's nothing more exclusive to human nature than a conflict born from clashing ideals. And also exclusive to human nature is the beauty we find in said clashes. Ideals are nothing but arbitrary parameters, useless if we were functioning only in terms of survival. But the pleasure and pain we derive from interactions with other humans that go beyond the basic need of keeping our organisms working are what give meaning to our existence. So to me, there's nothing more moving, relatable, and beautiful than war between the essences of different individuals, who cling to their ideals as the unchangeable definition of their existence, while simultaneously needing to bounce off other people to confirm that they indeed exist as human beings. The obvious contradiction that said conflict entails is unavoidable, and I personally find beauty in a meaningless battle that means everything for all of those involved. So I think that what makes Urobuchi's stories so captivating is that he completely embraces the inherent failure of human ideals and presents them from the perspective of someone who loves humanity from the bottom of his heart. While there are horrible events and cruelty, there's no unilateral evil because everyone is genuine and honest and as such admirable. That adds an extra layer of understanding and appreciation for mankind, because as a writer he's aware of how attractive integrity and sincerity are to us. The courage to live by what we believe is right, following our own opinions and trusting our capacity to perceive and judge the world is undeniably attractive, precisely because we are beings who constantly seek reaffirmation from our fellow humans. In a world where no one deceives themselves and everything is truthful, even malice, every war is worth fighting and everyone is a hero. And we find hope in tragedy because we wish we could live that way. But maybe that's just me.
お菓子したかきくけこんなにもさしすせソフトクリーム小